I heard her voice. I heard the cries of that sad lady here from Colchis. Has she not calmed down yet? Oh, nurse, tell me.
I heard from some household servant in there that she's been screaming. I find no pleasure in this house's suffering. We've been friends.
Women of Corinth, I'm coming outside the house so you won't think ill of me. There's no justice in the eyes of rural men. Before they know someone's deep character, they hate her on sight, though she's not hurt them. But in my case, this unexpected blow that's hit me, well, it's destroyed my heart. My life is gone, dear friends. I've lost all joy. I want to die. The man who was everything to me, my own husband, has turned out to be the worst of men. This I know is true. Of all things worth life and understanding, we women are the most unfortunate. First, we need a husband, someone we get for an excessive price. He then becomes the rulers of our bodies. Next comes the crucial struggle. This husband we've selected, is he good or bad? For a divorce loses women all respect, yet we cannot refuse a husband. But if the marriage doesn't work, then death is much to be preferred. Men tell us we live safe and secure at home while they must go out to battle. How stupid they are. I'd rather stand there 3 times in battle holding up my shield than give birth once. I have no city, and I'm being abused by my own husband. I have no mother, brother, or shelter within his extremity. So I want to ask something of you. If I find some way to to punish Jason and his brother, if I find some way to punish Jason and his bride and father as well, say nothing?
I'll do as you request.
Right now is not the first time I've witnessed how harsh temper makes all things worse. You could have stayed here in this land and house if only you'd agreed to the arrangements and been patient with those in command. Now you're exiled for your stupid chatter. Not that I care. You don't have to stop calling Jason the worst man in the world, but when you speak against the ruler here, consider yourself very lucky that exile is your only punishment. I've always tried to mollify the king and have you say, but you just wouldn't stop this silly rage, always slandering the royal house. That's why you have to leave the country. Anyway, I won't neglect my family. I've come here with you, looking out for you, so you won't be thrown out with the children in total need and lacking everything. Exile brings with it all sorts of hardships.
As a man, you're the worst there is. No trace of manhood. You come to me now, you come at this point when you've turned into the worst enemy of the gods and me and the whole human race? It isn't courage or firm resolution to hurt your family and then confront them face to face, but a total lack of shame. But you did well to come, for I will speak. I'll begin my story at the very start. I saved your life. Every Greek who sailed with you on board that ship, the Argo, can confirm it, when you've been sent to bring under the yoke of the fire-breathing bulls, and then to sow the fields of death. And I killed the dragon guarding the golden fleece, coiled up there, staying on watch and never going to sleep. For you, I raised the light which rescued you from death. I left my father and my home on my own, and came with you to Iolcus beneath Mount Pelion. My love for you is greater than my wisdom. Then I killed Peleus in the most agonizing way, at the hands of his own daughters, and destroyed his household, all of it. Now, after I've done all this to help you, you betray me and help yourself to some. Now, after I've done all this to help you, you brute, you betray me and help yourself to some new wife, and we have children. If you have no children, I understand why you're so keen on marrying this woman. And what about the promises you made? I don't know if you think the ancient gods still govern, or if new regulations have recently been put in place for men, but you must know you've broken your faith with me. But come now. I'll sort things out with you as if you were a friend. I've no idea what sort of kindness to expect from you. But let's see. The things I'll ask will make you look even more disgraceful. Where do I now turn? To my father's house? For your sake, I betrayed my country. Then should I go to Peleus' daughters in their misery? They'd surely welcome me with open arms since I killed their father. That's how things stand. To my family, I am now an enemy. And by assisting you, I declare war on those who I had no need to injure. Oh Zeus, why did you give men certain ways to recognize false gold, when there was no mark, no token on the human body to indicate which men are worthless?
Woman, it seems I'll need to give good reasons. I consider goddess Aphrodite the only one of gods or mortal men who saved my expedition. If I told how Eros with his unearning arrows forced you to save me, I could injure you, so I won't press the matter very far. However, you helped me. You did it well, but by saving me, you got in return more than you gave, as I will demonstrate. First of all, you now live among the Greeks, not a country of barbarians. You're familiar with justice and laws rather than brute force. Besides, all the Greeks know that you're clever, so you've earned yourself a fine reputation. If you still lived out there in the boundary of the world, no one would talk about you. That's my response to you about my labors. Remember, you started this war of words. As for your complaints about this marriage, I'll show you that I'm wise and modern and very friendly to you and to my children. What greater good fortune could I have found in marrying the daughter of a king? Me, an exile! It's not the case that I hate our marriage bed, overcome with lust for some new bride, nor am I keen to rival other men in the number of my many children. We have enough. I'm not complaining. The most important thing for us to do is to live well and not in poverty. As for my children, I want to raise them in the proper way, one worthy of my house. Thus, with a united family, I may prosper. Do you need more children? For me, there's some benefit to having children, help with those already born. Was this a bad scheme? You'd agree with me if you weren't so upset about the sex. But you women are so idiotic. You think if the sex is fine, then all is well. But if the sex is bad, then all the very best and finest things you make your enemies. What mortals need is some other way to get our children. There should be no female sex. With that, then we'll be rid of all of their troubles.
I'm going to send one of my household slave staffs, Jason, to come and visit me. Once he's here, my words will reassure him. I'll tell him I agree with what he's doing, that leaving me for this royal alliance is a fine idea. He's acted properly and made the right decisions. Then, I'll ask if my children marry. My purpose is not to leave them in a hostile land surrounded by insulting enemies, but a trick to kill the daughter of the king. For I'll send them to her with gifts. They'll carry presents for the bride as if requesting to be spared their banishment. A finely woven robe and a tiara of twisted gold. When she accepts the gifts and puts them on, she'll die, and painfully. And so anyone touching the girl, I've smeared strong poisons on those gifts. So much for that. I'll say no more about her. But the next thing I'm going to do fills me with pain. I'm going to kill my own children. There's no one can save me. And once I've done this, wiped out Jason's house completely, I'll leave, evading the punishment I've received for murdering my darling children. A sacrilegious crime. Jason, I ask you to forgive me for what I said before. My anger you should be able to put up with, as we two have shared many acts of love. I've been debating with myself. I realize I'm in the wrong. I tell myself, I'm a fool. Why am I in such a rage resenting those who offer good advice? Why fight against the rulers of this land, or against my husband, whose actions serve my own best interest, producing brothers for my children? Why can't I stop being angry? What's wrong with me when gods are being so kind? Don't I have children? Don't I know we're going into exile, where friends are hard to find? With thoughts like these, I recognize how foolish I am, how senseless it was to be so annoying. So now I agree with you. It strikes me you've been acting prudently by forging this marriage like on our behalf. I should have worked with you in this design, helped you with your plans, rejoiced alongside you for this union with your bride. But women are, well, I won't say bad. We are what we are. You shouldn't copy the bad things we do, repaying foolishness with foolishness. So, I give in. I agree with you. Now, I see things in a better light. Children, come out here. Leave the house.
I agree with what you're saying now. Not that I gleaned from what went on before. For it's quite natural in the female sex to get angry when her husband sets up a secret scheme to plan to get another secret marriage. But your heart has changed now for the better. Although it took a while, you understand the wise course of action. In doing so, you're acting like a woman of good sense. Now it's for you, my children. Your father has not been neglectful. With the God's help, I've made secure provisions for you. At some future date, you'll be leaders here in Corinth alongside your new brothers. First, you must love. As for the rest, your father and the gods who smile on you will take care of that. I pray I see you mature into violent and victorious over all enemies.
I any hope for these children as they strove to their own slaughter. The bride will bring on her own death. The bride will bring on her own demand. I have no longer any hope for these children as they strove to their own slaughter. The guide will put on her golden hair the jewelry of death.
Medea, you must escape. Leave this place. You've done an awful deed, broken every law. Take ship and go by sea, or go over land with the chariot, but you must go from here.
What's happened that I have to run away?
The king's daughter has just been destroyed. Her father, too, Crayon. You poisoned him.
You accursed woman, most evil of the gods, me and all mankind. You dare take the sword to your own boys? You, the one who bore them, and leave me here destroyed and childless? Having done so, having done this, after committing after committing the atrocious crimes, can you still look upon the earth and sun? May you be destroyed. Now I understand I must have lost my mind to bring you here from that savage country to a Greek home. You were truly evil even then. She betrayed her father in the land that raised her. But the avenging fury meant for you the gods have sent to me. You slaughtered your brother in your own home. They came upon our fine ship, the Argo. That's where you began. When you married me, your lust for sex and our marriage, you killed them. No woman of Greece would dare do this, but I chose you as my above them all. And that has proved to be a hateful marriage. It has destroyed you. You're not a woman. You're a she-lion, more bestial than Skylar, the Tuscan monster. But my insults multiplied 1,000-fold don't hurt you. Your heart's too hard for that. So we off you shame for murderer of children. Let me lament my fate. I'll get no delight for my new bride, nor will I ever speak to my own 8 children again. The 2 boys I bred and raised, they're lost to me.
Who's from Olympus dispenses of many things.
Gods often contradict our finest expectations.
What we anticipate does not come to pass.
What we expect, some God finds a way.
To make it happen.
So with this story. Thank you.